Tune into Arirang Radio on a new platform in 2012. We will always listen to what you have to say. We will deliver happiness with heartwarming voices. Starting in 2012, scan channels on terrestrial DMB to find Arirang Radio. Arirang Radio.
And he came back and opened a small orthopedic clinic in Daejeon area. And now it became to the director told me, your voice is good, so why don't you say something on that?
Asia's heartbeat, Arirang.
Where's the best place for bibimbap?
Les Jeux Olympiques d'hiver se dérouleront-ils à Pyeongchang?
هل أنتم حقاً سابع أكبر مصدر في العالم؟
この歌手は誰ですか？你好，最近哪部电视剧的人气最旺？
Korea is attracting interest from around the world. The more you know, the more you want to know. Dynamic Korea.
Hello everyone and welcome to In the Newsroom, where we bring you the behind-the-scenes look on how we deliver the news to you. It was a hectic week here in the newsroom with our reporters out in the fields covering stories that's been happening here in Korea as well as other places around the world, ranging from the North Korean rocket launch, an ongoing presidential race here in South Korea, and an exclusive one-on-one with the Honduran president. Now, earlier in the day, I had a chance to talk to our reporters, and here's what they have to say. In the Newsroom begins now. Right, what a way to start a day, defying the international calls to cancel the provocative mission. North Korea goes ahead with its rocket launch. It's their second attempt this year alone. Did it come as a surprise?
So unexpected, given that we gave news yesterday about how North Korea has actually had some problems with its launch.
And dismantled the three-stage rocket, but didn't really seem to bother them at all.
I know, and our intelligence service might have some problems.
Yeah, they completely fooled us all, like the international community, and the bigger problem, they have succeeded.
Right, and the world leaders were quick to respond to that, and there were condemnation, obviously. But now let's talk about the atmosphere that was in the newsroom. What was it like in the morning?
It was quite peaceful until the news broke, and our morning anchor Taeun was ready to go on air, she was getting ready. And then Hyunbin was, he just casually said, oh, North Korea just fired a rocket. Yeah, he couldn't believe, that was actually true. And we were like in disbelief as well. Are you sure that's what's happening? Because we were so sure that they just wouldn't do it. I mean, why would they do it now, today, surprising everyone? So it was crazy. Like, Taeun wanted like a quick note of what's really happened, what's been said, has it been confirmed by the defense ministry, like what are they saying now? And so we just jotted down what Hanul got from the defense ministry, and I just delivered it to her while she was on air. It was crazy.
I know, it was right before the 10 o'clock news, and Taeun was so hectic, and also every other correspondent at the Ministry of Defense, especially in Jinju Sonbae at the president's office, they had to connect live for 12 o'clock news, and everyone else was watching news, and we were also watching CNN and our CCTV, some other news, and we were all shocked.
Right. The launch has been previously announced by North Korea, but I guess it was the timing of it all. Since they announced that they are going through some technical glitch and that it could be delayed to whenever. Some experts said it could be well over next year, but December 12th, it did happen. And it comes in a very timely manner in a sense that South Korea, just a week to go until the big presidential race. Right.
Yeah, actually, I'm worried that, just 2 days before South Koreans go to the polls, it's the 1-year anniversary of Kim Jong-il's death. And remember last year how hectic it was because of the news? So they launched the rocket to celebrate this memorial event, for them. And so that's too close to the day that we all go to the polls, and I don't know what kind of implications this might have.
And it's already a neck and neck race, and I'm wondering what could this, affect our
it could be a variable to the not only the outcome of the voter, but voter turnout as well, I think. But certainly it's right around the corner, and we're feeling the mix of excitement and high nerves in the air. And continuing from last week, we've done a in-depth coverage on the campaign pledges being trumpeted out by the two main presidential candidates. And what was your story on?
I focused on prosecution reform. As you all know, prosecution reform has been a hot potato in this year's election, especially, about the recent scandals involving prosecutors, bribery and sex scandals.
The reputation has gone downhill.
Yes, people's trust in the prosecution has turned very low. And then not only in they're having repeated calls for reform. I didn't know this, but they also say Korea, there are two kinds of groups that you should be really afraid of. One, chaebals, the conglomerates, and then two, the prosecutors.
Both ruling party contender Park Geun-hye and opposition candidate Moon Jae-in have promised to overhaul the prosecution. So DUP's Moon has proposed disbanding the all-powerful Central Investigation Unit of the Supreme Prosecutor's Office. Park initially opposed abolishing the elite CIU, but changed her mind after the recent series of scandals. The two candidates now agreed that other investigative teams in local districts should take over at least some of the CIU's duties. If the two presidential candidates propose disbanding the CIU, then how do they plan to root out corruption among senior officials? Well, Park envisions a system of a special prosecutor who will be named when a case surfaces and who will have the authority to investigate and indict. But Moon doesn't think these two systems will be effective. He says he will create a completely separate independent investigation unit to probe and indict cases involving ministers, vice ministers, judges, prosecutors, lawmakers, senior presidential officials, and a president's relatives. This is a big area of dispute between Park and Moon.
How is the prosecution reacting to it, especially those in CIU? I don't think they'll be very happy to hear about these pledges.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a strong opposition, we all know for sure. But because of these scandals, recent scandals involving prosecutors, I think they kind of don't have much ground to oppose it completely. So,
and also recently, the prosecutor general and the head of the Central Investigation Unit both stepped down. So they have really
and
say.
One of the other ideas that both candidates have is to cut the number of vice minister level prosecutors. This is really crazy. So the police, who also has a right to investigate cases, they only have one vice minister level position. But the prosecution, the prosecution, 55 vice minister deputy level officials. So the two candidates are saying, okay, we are going to cut that number and readjust their positions downward.
How are the general public reacting to the pledges of the Park and Moon's policies and plans?
Well, I talked to one lawyer, and according to him, because Moon comes from the legal background, he was a human rights lawyer, before entering politics, and he's kind of seen how President Roh Moo-hyun and the prosecution kind of clashed when he served as his chief of staff. So his pledges seem to be more detailed than Park Geun-hye's. But we all know what's more important is whether the two candidates really have the will to carry them out, because we all know it's going to be a tough battle.
Sure. Right. If I remember correctly, your piece was about 6 minutes coverage, a very in-depth coverage on the very intricate prosecution system, and of course the comparison of the two sides, and using a very high-tech gadget.
Yeah, it is a high-tech gadget. Yes, our Arirang's flagship program, Korea Today, uses that touchscreen every morning to go over what the nation's dailies have as their headlines. And so I wanted to use it for our news coverage. So I asked about how to use the system and what I need to plan beforehand. And then, it was a first trial. I was the first one to go from our news team. So, as we know, when we try new things, it kind of creates some unforeseen problems. So yeah, I had that, but I was able to bring a new look.
And many broadcasters actually, going about using their virtual studio as well as the touch screen. And so with the election season coming up, I guess it would be nice if we, get a chance to.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Since we are welcoming. It's been ages since we had you on the show. Yeah.
2 weeks to full weeks.
Wow. We've been following up on your story and yourself through the stories you've been following to us. But how was the trip? We've been dying to ask you.
It was amazing. The whole trip was very fully scheduled with each cities, and we had like 10 flight tickets. We went to 3 countries and 5 cities, and it was full of traveling, a lot of airports and hotels, and a lot of drama. Our luggage got lost, and we had to land in a different airport because the climate was unfavorable for to land. So there was a lot of troubles too, but it was amazing. I had a lot of fun.
I think one of the highlights is, of course, your one-on-one, I should say exclusive interview with Honduran president. How did that come about?
Well, that included a lot of steps and hierarchy, authorities, because we first contacted the ambassador of Honduras in Seoul, and then he contacted the presidential office. But turns out the presidential office say that they never got the announcement or notice. So we tried to reschedule and rearrange it. So the president actually spared 15 minutes before his working hours before 8 a.m. before his ministerial meeting. So we got a lot of photos too.
So this took place in his palace.
Exactly.
Tell me more about it.
It's called Casa Presidencial, and we were at his office for his interview. And there were all these photos that he took with other presidents, as well as the flags and all the, I'm pretty sure, gifts from other world leaders.
Did you get to see President Lee Myung-bak's photo as well?
Right. Actually, President Lee Myung-bak and President Lobo of Honduras, they maintained a very close relationship, especially because we celebrate the 50th year of diplomatic relation with Honduras. And what really hit me the most was that he started off his speech by saying that when we started the relations, we were at the same level. And he was very stunned that Korea has developed this much over the 5 past decades, and it's giving the country hope that Honduras can achieve the same level that we did. So, along with other lines that he threw me, it was
You
really
must have been very proud of Korea as a Korean.
I mean, I was also, very interestingly watched your K-pop package on Honduran fans. So I was wondering whether the president himself know much about K-pop, and also about how did you find the house and the fan? How did you find her?
Well, we actually got a lot of cooperation from the Televisión Nacional de Honduras, the national state-run television of the country, and they were actually airing our program, the Simply K-pop, Showbiz Korea, and there are a lot of fans who are crazy about Korean culture, and they actually have a group of bloggers they called Hallyu Honduras, and they actually conduct they would create their own radios and TV programs inspired by Hallyu. So I was really impressed to know they sing and dance along way better than we do.
La experiencia de estar en nuestro país.
Bueno, esta es parte de nuestra jornada de cubrir la
De hecho, viene la primera persona que...
Let's Learn Korean en inglés y este es un programa de...
Estamos de aquí al aire.
Entonces ponen...
La gente es muy amable, agradable y me encanta como el cerro de las casas. Vamos a dejar a Carlita, ¿no? Aquí es como...
How about Gangnam Style? Do they know the dance and Psy?
I've been watching the TV at the hotel like almost 24/7 when I was there, and I heard it like at least 3 times over 6 hours.
That's impressive. You know, the popularity of Gangnam Style is... Yeah,
it's just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. It's just, you know, sometimes it's really hard to believe that Gangnam Style is YouTube history's most watched video and most liked video
Of all
out of
time.
all that. I mean, it's just amazing. Gangnam Style has not only cast the spotlight on Korean rapper and singer Psy, it's also brought a new attention to Gangnam, a commercial district in Seoul. It's become a hotspot for foreigners who want to take a step into the setting of Psy's music video. This is Gangnam, the district that inspired the song. The popularity of Psy's global hit has turned this area into an up-and-coming tourist destination. Bernard Hall, who is temporarily staying in Korea for his role in the musical The Phantom of the Opera, even took a picture of him and his wife in front of Gangnam Station. I mean, Seoul is so happy because Gangnam Style, the word Gangnam, everybody knows what Gangnam is. At least, even though they don't know the meaning of Gangnam, they heard Gangnam. And of course, Gangnam is a name of the district in Seoul, a very rich and trendy area. And so Seoul, there is a tourism organization called Seoul Tourism Organization, and the officials there were so happy, and they're so happy that Psy is helping their efforts to promote the city. So I met this vice president of the Seoul Tourism Organization, especially Convention Bureau, and she does a lot of trade shows abroad to promote the city of Seoul. And actually, Seoul is the world's 5 top host cities to bring these international conventions and meetings. And these days, she says she always starts with a song Gangnam Style, and then everybody knows. And she says, "Did you know the Gangnam is a Seoul's district?"
Grabber,
right. So they made this latest PR video on Seoul, which is a parody film of Gangnam Style, and it got just in a week 400,000 hits in just a week. So I did that interview, and I went out Gangnam Station on Tuesday, and I met a lot of foreigners there. And it was so easy interview because, you know, when I just approached and, oh, you know, are you here for Gangnam Style? And they all said, oh, I love the song. Even if they refused the interview, they were so happy. They really liked it. So it wasn't very interesting. 사람들 막 나오는 거랑 강남이랑 저 나오는 거랑 같이. Tourists from where? Russia. From Russia. So you just visit here because of Seven. Yeah. Excuse me, mister. Are you a tourist here?
Yes.
Did you know this is Gangnam, where the
yeah, of
guys
course. I'm not good with music, but yes, I know that I took pictures of these things on the floor.
Right.
Show it for my wife because she will enjoy it.
Then could you give us an interview, like in front of our camera?
Yes, of course.
Oh, sure, thank you.
Lots of buildings, like this is good.
Yeah. Really?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Right. Hello, I'm a reporter for Arirang TV. Are you a tourist here?
Yeah.
Oh, we are doing a special report on, you know, Gangnam Street. Hello, excuse me. Oh, where are you from?
Hawaii.
From Hawaii. So how did you enjoy the song, Psy song, Gangnam Style?
Oh, I love it. I think it's so catchy.
Lots of other things. So people have obviously jumped on the bandwagon. 1, 2, 3.
That inspired the song. The popularity of Psy's global hit has turned this area. This is Gangnam. This is Gangnam, the street that inspired the song.
I think it's great that not only in Honduras and the streets of Gangnam, there are foreigners who are very interested in getting to know about Korea. Because I think just decades back when I was studying abroad, if people ask me where I'm from, if I say Korea, they will ask you straight up and down, North Korea or South Korea. These, how that somehow changes with in the course of time. I think it's quite amazing. Hopefully we can have more of these sensational cultural product that could, spread the word about Korea and the positive image about Korea. That'd be wonderful. Well, that really brings us to the end of the segment. But, everyone, thank you very much for sharing your candid accounts on the stories you guys have been covering throughout this week. Greatly appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Right.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. About a month ago, Arirang TV has rolled out a brand new program called After 10. It's a weekly talk show hosted by our very own Scott Thompson, where he sits down with specialists from a variety of fields to talk about major issues of the Korean Peninsula. Well, I sit down with Scott and we talked about his program and his guests on the show. Let's go and meet him. All right, Scott.
Hello.
Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
I see you every day in the newsroom.
Yeah, have a seat.
Feels great. It feels kind of surreal that I'm seeing you right here in the studio.
That should feel normal to you. You do your 8 o'clock news here, right?
I know.
Yeah, same set.
What's great, it's been almost, just over a month since your debut and the start of a brand new show?
Yeah, about a month and a half or so, yeah. Beginning of November, yeah.
How are you finding it so far?
Exciting, and we have very interesting people coming in and week out, so it's always a fun thing to find out who that next guest is going to be, so we can kind of prepare for that and get everything together. So yeah, it's been fun.
And for our viewers who are not familiar with your brand new show, do give us some details about your program.
Sure, yeah, it's called After 10. It airs after the 10 o'clock news on Friday nights here on Arirang TV. Basically, it's sort of an extension of the 10 o'clock news in a way. We're trying to talk to people who are related to the stories that you're talking about on the newscast, but basically going a bit more in depth on some of the issues of the day. For instance, the first month and a half, we've really been focusing a lot, of course, on the presidential election, which you have been as well, of course.
We've seen some significant figures, like those who are very influential. Any special guests that you find it most memorable?
I think for me, the most memorable is always sort of the first one, which was Kim Sung-ju from the co-chair of Park Geun-hye's campaign. She's a very powerful and very interesting and very dynamic figure, and that was the first show. So that was a very memorable experience, of course. But they've all been memorable to a degree because they all have been interesting topics. We're talking about the candidates for the first few shows. We've talked about China-Korea relations, Japan-Korea relations, U.S.-Korea relations, all very interesting topics. So they're all memorable. I hate to name names specifically and single anybody out, but yeah, I'd say the first one was probably the most memorable for me, at least, because it's the first one, which is a big thing. Yeah.
I see. So anyone that you have in mind that you would like to have in your show?
Oh, sure. There's a long list of that. President Barack Obama would be all right. I don't think he's going to be stopping by anytime soon. President Lee Myung-bak would be a great guest, I think, especially after he leaves office, to kind of reflect on his time as president. Ahn Cho-soo, obviously a very interesting figure and one that shook up this race, so I'd like to talk to him as well. There's a long list. I'm not sure who might be coming down the pike, but yeah. Look forward to those.
I'm on the list.
Of course, yeah. We'll try and get you on next week. I think there's an opening next week.
Oh, really?
So we'll try. Yeah, I think we'll try and get you on. Yeah. We'll have our people talk to your people.
All right, Scott. It was great talking to you, and I wish you the best of luck with your new show.
All right. Thank you.
Right.
Excuse me? 너무 바빠.
What it takes so far with the what?
Next.
해브론병원은 2007년에 4명의 한국 의료진이 세운 자선병원입니다. 해브론병원은 가난하고 소외된 그런 환자들, 특별히 지방에서 온 많은 환자들이 해브론병원에서 진료받고 도움을 받고 있습니다. 캄보디아는 너무나 가난한 나라이기 때문에 진료시설을 이용하지 못해서 병을 키워가지고 오는 환자들이 참 많이 있었습니다. 사소한 질병으로 더 이상 커다란 병을 만드는 그런 일들을 막을 수 있는 것이 병원 문턱을 어떻게 해서든지 낮춰줘서 무료 진료하는 것이다 라는 생각을 하게 됐습니다. 캄보디아 환자들이 프놈펜으로 와서 진료를 받는 것 자체는 굉장한 지출을 의미합니다. 병원 찾아오기 어려운 환자들에게 직접 찾아가서 그들의 어려운 점들을 듣고 돕는 일들을 하고 있습니다. 뇌수종이 있었던 아이는 해브론병원으로 진료를 도우러 왔던 연세대 의료팀에 대해서 발견된 아이입니다. 뇌수종 아이는 이번 기회를 통해서 좋은 팀들과 연결이 돼서 도움을 받을 수 있는 그런 상황이 됐지만 사실 캄보디아에는 그렇지 못한 상황에서 그들의 삶들을 그냥 그렇게 보내야 되는 사람들이 너무도 많이 있습니다. 더 많은 관심들과 더 많은 사랑들이 필요한 곳이 캄보디아가 아닌가 그런 생각을 해보게 됩니다. 저는 나눔을 그냥 함께 하는 것이라고 생각합니다. 그들이 울 때 함께 울어주고 또 웃을 때 함께 웃어주고 그런 것이 나눔이 아닐까라는 그런 생각을 해보게 됩니다.
Sharing makes everyone happy.
Asia's heartbeat. Arirang. A place we love and need to protect. A treasure island for all 7 billion of us. Jeju, one of New's 7 wonders of nature.
On today's Showbiz Korea. Meet actors Kim Dae-won, Lee Sung-min, Jo-an, and Lee Kwang-soo at the press conference of the movie My Little Hero. We will take you backstage of Arirang TV's music program, Simply K-pop. Check out the preliminary round of the 2013 Asia Model Awards, which chooses Asia's top models. Learn all about the perfect singer Park Jung-min, who is back after a 2-year break with his new song Beautiful, which he produced. Zoom in on the movie Tone Deaf Clinic, which is set to help everyone in Korea who can't hold a tune and who have 2 left feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Get ready for a special edition of Showbiz Korea. We have 1 hour of updates coming your way.
And that is going to be very exciting.
Of course, as usual. Let's kick off with Lee Tuk, the leader of Super Junior. He disappointed many of his fans by enlisting in the army. However, he was recently in the spotlight for receiving a commendation for his devoted training.
At the training ceremony for the new recruits, Lee Tuk received a commendation from the division commander for his great shooting skills. Well, he's always devoted and faithful as a leader of Super Junior, and I guess he's receiving brownie points for that quality in the army as well.
And guess what? We have some good news because he will be starring in the musical Promise, produced by the Ministry of National Defense, alongside some other actors and celebrities. Kim Mu-yeol and Ji Hyun-woo will also take part in this production.
Well, his Korean and international fans are anxiously waiting for him to return safely from the military. And we'll keep an eye out for the musical Promise as well.
All right, let's wish him the best, and we'll keep an eye on all these celebrities who are currently during their military service. Everyone, let's kick off with the program. This is Showbiz Korea. All the lady fans of Kosu feel instant relief no matter what kind of pain they are in just by seeing his handsome face on screen. Here we are at the press premiere of the Heartthrob's new movie Love 911, where he starred alongside Han Hyo-joo. Kosu turned into a dandy guy in a gray long coat and showed his childlike innocence, making a victory sign in front of the photo wall. He made a very romantic pledge that perfectly suited this melodramatic movie.
제가 관객분들, 영화를 보신 분들, 팬들 한 분한테 제가 데이트 신청할 겁니다.
We are sure that his fans were delighted about this promise, but this wasn't the end of it.
400만 명의 관객분들이 보신다면 또 다른 방법으로 데이트 신청할 겁니다. 제가 그분의 집 앞으로 찾아가서 기다렸다가 같이 나와서 같이 대중교통 수단을 이용해서 같이 커피 마시고 영화도 보고 그리고 또 3번째 네, 그건 그때 가서 아마 다시 생각해 보겠습니다. 예.
We can't wait to see the movie attract more than 4 million viewers so that Kosu can keep his promise. This melodramatic movie is about a man and a woman who try to heal each other's wounds, and we hope it receives an explosive response.
Hyunbin, who enlisted in the Marine Corps on March 7, 2011, has finally returned to the arms of his fans after 21 months. Upon being discharged, Hyunbin appeared before his fans and gave a full bow.
오랜만이네요. 네, 보고 싶었었습니다. 저녁을 너무 따뜻하게 만들어주신 여기 계신 저희 팬 여러분들 그리고 언론 이 관계자 여러분들 진심으로 감사드립니다.
He then expressed his desire to act again after a long break away from the industry.
그동안 연기가 너무 하고 싶었었습니다.
Feeling immensely overwhelmed, he couldn't hold back his tears any longer and had to turn away.
휴가 때도 제가 연기는 할 수가 없으니까 후배들 연기하는 곳에 가서 연기 보면서 대리만족을 했었던 것 같습니다. 근데 이제
His fans sympathized with Hyunbin, who had dedicated himself for almost 2 years to serve his country.
여러분들이 기다려주신 만큼 잘 준비해서 그리고 제가 하고 싶었던 연기 그리고 저의 연기를 또 보고 싶어 해주셨던 분들한테 제가 군대에서 생활하는 동안 많이 받았던 좋은 에너지들 잘 쌓아놨으니까 여러분들에게 다시 그 에너지 다시 다 돌려드리겠습니다. 이제는 군인 신분이 아닌 민간인의 모습으로 그리고 배우로서 조만간 빨리 좋은 작품으로 여러분들에게 다시 인사를 드리겠습니다.
Needless to say, everyone's already looking forward to Hyunbin's much-anticipated comeback to the entertainment industry. We wish him the best of luck and hope he relives his glory days.
Get ready to spend some quality time with the fashion icon Ko Jun-hee.
고준입니다. 반갑습니다. 추적자 이후로 그동안 못 찍었던 광고를 찍고 있고요.
We caught up with the fashionista at an advertisement shoot. She looked incredibly sexy in a black dress matched with fur and showed off her great sense of fashion.
아무래도 키가 크다 보니까 그런 이제 말씀을 해주시는 것 같고 비결이야? 비결? 비결은 따로 없는데요.
She looked over the takes to make sure everything was perfect.
제 사진 잘 모르겠어요. 항상 좋다 나쁘다. 제가 제 얼굴을 얘기하는 게 쑥스러워요.
The doll-like beauty Ko Jun-hee is admired by countless women for her beautiful face and body. We wish her the best of luck in all her future activities.
Brown Eyed Girls are planning on becoming the first Korean girl group ever to hold a concert exclusively for those who are 19 and above. A press conference was held at a cafe in Seoul by Brown Eyed Girls, who wanted to make an announcement about their year-end concert titled Tonight, 37.2 degrees Celsius. The four members, Kain, Narsha, Chea, and Mirio, appeared, showing off their sexy legs despite the cold weather.
이제는 저도 이제 나이가 언제 26이 됐고 그리고 이제 보고 배운 게 있기 때문에 또 이제야 좀 자연스러워진 것 같아요. 근데 제가 언니들 앞에서 아직은 멀었어요. 네.
These ladies expect to see a lot of single people in the audience, and they believe these single people will walk out of the concert as couples.
솔로분들이 많이 오시면 솔로분들께서 커플이 되어서 나가지 않을까 하는 예상을 해보는데
Narsha said that Park Jin-young's 19-plus concerts will seem boring and dull next to theirs.
박진영 선배님은 지금까지 계속 해오셨잖아요. 그 나쁜 파티의 어떤 그런 컨셉으로 지루하실 거예요.
Brown Eyed Girls will surely delight the audience with their sexy performances at tonight 37.2 degrees Celsius. We hope they continue to make innovative attempts in the future.
Actor Kim Rae-won came back to us after 4 years. A lot of interest was paid on his comeback production after being discharged from the military, and we caught up with him at the press conference of his new movie titled My Little Hero.
쇼비즈 코리아 시청자 여러분, 영화 마이 리틀 히어로의 배우 김래원,
조안, 신대현,
이광수입니다. 안녕하세요.
The movie My Little Hero is about a show-off third-class music director who takes part in a large-scale musical audition program with hopes of changing his life. He becomes partners with Young Gwang, a young boy from a multicultural family with zero chance of winning, and gives a shot at making an impossible dream become a reality.
뭐 4년 만에 돌아오는 그 부담감도 없지는 않은데요. 저는 뭐 결과가 어떻게 될지 모르고 하지만 그 또 개인적으로는 30대 첫 영화더라고요. 네. 그런 면에 있어서 저는 이미 영화 개봉 전이지만 저한테는 큰 성공이라고 생각을 해요.
선배님도 그렇고 감독님도 그렇고 광수 씨도 저보다 동생이신데 네, 저보다 동생이신데 저는 이렇게 동생 같지가 않아요. 네, 전 굉장히 즐겁게 홍일점이라서라기보다는 그냥 잘 많이 챙겨주셨던 것 같아요.
The press conference was held at a theater in Apgujeong, and the camera flashes went off right and left as the cast members appeared. Park Young-lim was the MC of this event and delighted everyone with the unique single-word talk.
자, 우리 김래원 씨, 허세가 굉장히 가득한 역할을 맡으셨어요 이번에.
처음 시나리오를 봤을 때는 느끼지 못했던 것 같아요. 단지 진짜 뭐 자기 욕심이 가득하고 그 길만 보고 가는 사람인데 그런 표현들을 조금 이렇게 재미있게 바꿔보자 해서 감독님하고 의논하면서 만들어진 게 허세인 것 같아요.
어떤 게 가장 힘들었던 점이고 어떤 게 가장 즐거웠던 점이에요?
춤출 때 약간 생각대로 안 될 때 힘들었어요.
힘들죠. 아이고 그때 생각이 나서 지금 아이고.
Child actor Ji Dae-han shed tears during the interview. He was chosen out of 800 interviewees and experienced 6 harsh months of training in singing, dancing, and acting.
이광수 씨, 실제로 그에게 가장 잘 어울리는 건 썬더맨이다. 하나, 둘, 셋. 자,
감사합니다. 좋았어요, 썬더맨. 편했어요.
그러면 전국의 초등학생들에게 한마디 해주시죠.
여러분의 친구 썬더맨.
수줍은 소녀 같은 우리 조한 씨 중앙.
Adorable actress Joan stars as an affectionate assistant director at a broadcasting station. There's Kim Rae-won who plays the third-rate musical director and a genius kid Ji Dae-han. There's also Lee Kwang-soo who acts as Chung-il, who plays Thunderman in a children's musical produced by a small theater company.
헌신 담아서 한 마지막 공연이 있어요. 그 공연이 아마 가장 기억에 남지 않을까 하는데요.
촬영할 때 너무 즐거웠던 현장이 기억이 나요. 선배님이나 영광이나 그러니까 우리 대한인 군이나 아니면 광수 씨나 다 이렇게 모여서 게임을 굉장히 많이 했고요.
We're at the filming set of the movie My Little Hero. The cast members high-fived and encouraged one another during the filming.
예, 여러분 2012년이 다 지났습니다. 다들 감기 조심하시고 한 해 마무리 잘하시고요. 예, 다가오는 2013년도 준비 잘하시고 미리 새해 복 많이 받으시길 바랍니다. 영화 마이 리틀 히어로 파이팅!
My Little Hero is the first Korean movie of the year 2013. It shows two guys making an impossible dream come true and their hard work towards a miracle. It is definitely a production that will deliver the happy virus to everyone and touch the audience's heart.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having fun. We just learned more about the movie My Little Hero, about making a dream come true. It's also about the partnership between a show-off third-rate music director, Kim Nae-won, and a very young boy. So hopefully this will touch many of the viewers.
And this movie is in the spotlight all the more because Kim Nae-won is finally coming back to the big screen, and we have been waiting for him for such a long time.
Such a long time. This movie will be released next year. I think it's going to be the first Korean movie to be released in 2013, January 10th. I'm not too sure, but somewhere around there, and hopefully it will touch many of your hearts.
All right, best of luck to Kim Nae-won. For now, let's move on with our program. Get ready to dance because we're going to take you to Arirang TV's very own music program, Simply K-pop. Let's go to the backstage right now.
Get ready to check out the spectacular performances by K-pop singers, who were invited to Arirang TV's exclusive music program, Simply K-pop. Let's go meet the featured guests right now.
평소에 대기실에서 있으시면 주로 뭘 하세요?
기타 많이 치는 것 같아요. 그냥 곡을 딱 정해놓고 치는 건 아니고요. 그냥 말 그대로 연주하는 거예요. 그냥 혼자서 그렇게 잘 놀아요.
방금 하시는 건 뭐였던가요?
지금 제 타이틀곡 나쁜 사람도 치고 있었고요. 그냥 뭐 이것저것. 네. 오랜만에 심플리 K-팝에 이렇게 출연하게 돼서 왠지 설레고 기분도 좋아요.
오늘 좀 이어서 좀 마음에 드셨나요?
네, 오늘 소리도 되게 좋았고요. 이제 눈 마지막에 뿌려주셨는데 그게 뭐예요? 되게 느리게 떨어지는데 너무 예뻐가지고 너무 감동했어요. 감사합니다. 나쁜 사람이라는 곡은요, 이별을 겪은 여자의 심정을 표현한 팝발라드 곡입니다. 이번엔 이제 이별을 겪은 여자의 심정을 표현한 곡이니까 조금 더 성숙해졌다고 해야 되나? 그래서 그런 느낌도 있는 것 같고요. 지난 앨범에는 제 자작곡이 3곡밖에 안 들어갔는데 이번에 한 곡 더 추가돼서 4곡 들어가게 됐습니다.
이거 보내주더라고요. 지죠.